Welcome to Meet Me at the Deli. We're doing a live taping of our food advice podcast where the pickles and slaw are always free. So my name's Liz.
And I'm Jeffrey. And for those who haven't heard our podcast yet, every episode we're answering burning food and culinary questions. And we're sharing stories and insights from our years of working in the industry and living in our self-made shtetl. And here we are live at the Borscht Belt Festival.
Ellenville, New York, everybody. And this is our third time doing the Borscht Belt Festival. So this is really something that we feel invested in, and I'd say we feel honored. So thanks for selling out this room for us today. We appreciate it. So this is from R in New York City. What is the most iconic New York Jewish food?
The one that I love to think about and talk about is the Reuben sandwich. There is some scurrilous conversation that it was invented in Omaha, Nebraska. So not happening. Yeah. Arnold Reuben in Reuben's Deli, 1914 New York, German Jewish, a deli guy. And the original Reuben sandwich had ham, turkey, coleslaw, and Swiss cheese on rye.
What, melted Swiss, or was it a non-melted? Because there's debate there.
The slaw leads people to believe it was a cold sandwich.
There we go.
Also, Charlie Chaplin has been named as the person who said, "I'm hungry, Arnold, fix me something big." And so the bigness is part of what I think makes it iconic, right? Because, as we know, there's enough meat on a Reuben sandwich to feed a shtetl family for a week, right? And so it's part of the whole America thing, lots of food. And as we know, then the sandwich evolved, right? It got melted. The cheese and whatever meat you're putting on it, not kosher, obviously, indicates the way in which Jews often, stopped following kosher dietary practices. The coleslaw got substituted for the kraut.
You can't say that word, man.
Well, real influence of the German delis where a lot of this was happening, and processed food, because the Russian dressing was invented in Vermont by a guy who made mayonnaise, right?
Was he Russian?
I don't think so. No.
There you go.
And so now we have the corned beef, the melted Swiss, the Russian dressing, the kraut. It gets griddled. And the one last thing that I'll throw out is the frequent substitution of pastrami, which has an amazing story in terms of its history. It's like medieval Turk was the original pastirma, and it tended to be lots of wild animals smoked and cured. It came up through the Romanian Jews who called it pastrama and used goose. But now, here are the immigrant Jews in the Lower East Side of New York. Goose, if it's available, is expensive, but we got brisket. And so, boom, the name pastrami, thought, hey, it sounds like salami. Let's call it pastrami, and there you have it.
Listen, I love you all, but there's an oversight here. There's an oversight. And Jeffrey, I was convinced you were going to choose it, but it's clear to me that the answer to this question is the pickle. It's the pickle, everybody. It's the pickle.
The humble pickle.
I'm not saying Jews invented pickles. If you've been to Eastern Europe lately, there's a lot of pickles. There's pickles all over the world.
Lately?
There are so many pickles. There are pickles in every culture. But a kosher dill pickle? It was the Jews who popularized them on the Lower East Side, so much so that it was transgressive. It was like, ooh, downtown, they're eating a lot of garlic and dill. You better watch out. So I think that it is, and there's a pickle festival. It's huge. It's crazy. You can't even get a pickle because it's so popular today on the Lower East Side of New York City. So for me, if we're talking about icons, we're talking about the kosher dill pickle. So to me, that's just obvious, and I'm shocked that none of you got the right answer to this question.
You should be sour about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dane in Kingston, New York, asked us about scooping bagels and goes to bagel shops and says, do you scoop to the bagel purveyors? And
Do you scoop?
And do you scoop? And then you are met often with blank stares and questions. And so the question, I guess, is what about scooping?
I'm pro scooping. I'm a pro scooper. Yes.
What is?
It's a shonda.
How many scoopers do we? How many scoopers do we have? Scoopers here.
You don't
Okay.
have to throw out the part that you scoop.
Okay,
You
I
can use
wanna
it for
hear,
something
can
else.
we hear the scoopers?
Put in
Can
a
we hear-
kugel.
Scoop, scoop,
Okay.
scoop,
Now,
scoop,
what is scooping? Willie, can you tell us?
Scooping is the attempt to lower the number of calories in the bagel by removing some of it, but then still eating it
Or
separately.
you
really,
also
is it you create a case? It's a case
Yes.
for the fillings. Yeah. See, this person over here is like scooping. It's everything. I can see. Yeah. It's perfect. You get
Exactly.
The, you know.
You're holding your toppings in, otherwise it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place. Jane, can we ask, do you scoop for the technique of keeping everything inside, or is it more like a health conscious thing? She scooped in honor of her grandmother. Well, that is a beautiful third
Wow.
option I did not
Scooping
think
it
of.
up.
Yeah, on the
All right.
outside, I
All right. All right.
Okay.
Gonna upset a lot of you, and you know what? I'm fine with it. I would like to bitch about chopped liver.
Dan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I get beat up in the parking lot, here's why.
Wait, including mock chop or just full on chop liver?
All chopped liver. Okay, yes, I get it. Iconic dish. I understand it. But here's the thing. I don't think we as a people even like it. That's why we have an expression about it. You've never heard anybody say, "What am I to you? Homemade brisket?" We, right? I don't think we're enjoying it. And I don't think, and before you tell me, okay, the expression means, oh, but that means it's underappreciated. Is it? Because no. Like centuries ago, medieval Jewish farmers, starved some geese to make them taste buttery. After we were starved, that's gross. It's weird. Also, I get that necessity breeds invention. Not everything is a necessity. Gene Simmons didn't need to start a band, but he did. Okay? And I don't think everyone should feel pressured to think that Kiss is a contribution to the art that we should be proud of. And the last thing I'll say is, it's why we don't have to like everything just because we're Jewish, all right? Which is why chopped liver is the Jared Kushner of Jewish foods.
Wow.
I think that one of the great things about eating in New York and eating in the United States is that we see all of these culinary traditions evolve, and we put American spins on them. But I am here to kvetch about the cinnamon raisin bagel. Sorry. Just give me my moment. If you want something sweet with a hole in it, eat a donut. I am like team onion bagel, team garlic bagel, team poppy seed bagel, all the bagels, not sweet, please. That is taking the American insane sweet tooth just where it doesn't belong. It's like putting pineapple on pizza. It is monstrous. And the irony is I am the pizza half of a pizza bagel marriage. My nice Jewish boy husband enjoys a cinnamon raisin bagel. And a really good friend of mine was a nice Jewish girl from Philly who moved to bagel deprived Rhode Island. Whenever we visit, she wants me to bring bagels, and I have to go into my Bronx local bagel store, where if you asked one of the guys for a scoop bagel, they would not even respond, and ask for a dozen cinnamon raisin bagels, and I have to announce very loudly, these are not for me. They're for a friend of mine who lives in Rhode Island, because I know, being in the Bronx, there will be people behind me like me, judging me, so I need to be sure no one thinks I'm eating these fakakta bagels.
Wow. Strong words, Rocco. Strong words.
Thank you for giving me my moment.